If you had an eraser that could change fate, would you turn yourself into the most esteemed person in the world? In this country, people are sorted into classes at birth. Those with 3 lines on their heads are the most humble of the people. Those with 2 lines can command them at will. And those with 1 line are high above, rarely seen by others. But one day, in the hospital, a strange pair of twins were born. One had 3 lines on their head, Jack, while the other had just 1, Mike. And from that moment on, their destinies were completely different. Mike was carefully looked after by the nurses, while Jack was left aside, ignored by everyone. Soon, Jack grew up. He encountered a lot of unfairness. Jack had to make way for those with 2 lines on their head on the road. He couldn't get angry even if hit on the head by a ball, just because the other person had 2 lines on their head. Fortunately, food in this world is free, even though it's just an ordinary piece of meat. But Jack hadn't even started eating yet. Someone with 2 lines on their head eyed his spot. Jack had no choice but to give up his spot and stand to finish eating. The day's experiences left Jack exhausted. He curled up in a corner, fearing, and fell into a deep sleep. In Jack's dream appeared a mysterious figure. The mysterious figure said to him, "If you feel that your current fate is unfair, then go and try someone else's fate." Later, the mysterious figure erased 1 line on Jack's head with the eraser. When he woke up, he found that he had indeed turned into someone with 2 lines. Jack still had an eraser in his hand. He couldn't wait to go out to the street and enjoy bowing with 3 lines on his head, a feeling he had never experienced before. He walked all the way to the VIP room he had never been to before. But everything here was completely different from what Jack had imagined. People with 2 lines on their heads were actually being stepped on by those with only 1 line on their heads. Jack also wanted to experience what it felt like to be taken care of by people with 2 lines on their heads. So, he took out the eraser again and turned himself into someone with only 1 line. Then, Jack confidently strode in. The people with 2 lines on their heads quickly came up to meet him and escorted him to a comfortable chair. Jack naturally accepted their bows. The unfairness he had experienced in the past flashed through his mind like a revolving lantern. Jack was extremely happy. He was no longer the 3 lines that anyone could bully. But the next second, a pipe suddenly fell down, sucking Jack and all the single-line people in. And at the other end of this pipe was the free food for the 3-line people.